Have you ever wanted to work from anywhere, but you didn't know which companies were actually hiring? Well, today I'm going to show you 5 companies that are always hiring, and get this, they also train you and provide you with the equipment, and some of these pay over $100,000 per year. Let's hop right in. So the first company on our list for companies that are always hiring is going to be for DoorDash. Now, you guys all love and use DoorDash and you're familiar with them, but let's see what they're hiring for. Currently, they are hiring for a customer experience associate. Now, I'm going to tell you right off the bat that this is going to be probably one of the highest paying customer service jobs that we've seen in a while, because this is going to pay between $75,000 up to $110,000 just for the base salary. That doesn't include your bonus. It doesn't include any other sorts of incentives or stock that they might offer you within your compensation package. This is strictly just for the base salary. That is a very big base salary when it comes to the customer service or customer support umbrella. So this is a job that is hiring throughout the United States. Yes, it is absolutely open to my friends in California. And you also get 80 hours of paid sick leave. They also have flexible time off. You get other benefits related to your health care, your 401k. And another really cool benefit is 16 weeks of paid parental leave. That's 4 months of full-time pay for those of you that are expecting a baby or wanting to expand your family at some point in the future. But you may be saying, well, Jasmine, what are we going to be doing in customer experience? Well, I am so glad that you asked that question. So with this particular role, it says you're going to report into the consumer experience credits and refunds lead. Okay. So you're going to be the person that's going to help shape and sort of like guide how to improve the credits and refunds process. So currently they have a workflow that they use to issue customer refunds or to issue customers credits. Just say in the event that maybe a customer didn't get their order or something arrived damaged, whatever the case may be, they're saying that they want you to be the person that works on that team to really improve the customer experience for people that are on DoorDash. So we want to improve the whole credit and refund experience and also maybe help design some of the policies around it. So a lot of you have worked in customer experience. You've done all sorts of like project work, policy work, different things that just go under the operations umbrella. So again, this is going to pay you up to $100K. DoorDash is always hiring. This is just one of the featured positions. But just real quick, $110,000 to work in customer service, plus you get bonuses and plus you get stock in the company. Please like this video if that is the salary range that you're looking for. Please hit like, because I don't know if some of you are already making $100K and you're looking to make $200K. I'm not sure where everybody is, but if this is the salary range, the $110,000 salary range to work in customer service and customer experience, if that's what you're looking for, please like this video so that I know to bring you more opportunities like this. Or tell me in the comments if this is the salary range that you're looking for. Please let me know. Now, another company that is always hiring is Cash App. They actually fall under the Block umbrella. So there's like Cash App and there's Tidal, there's Square. All of those companies are under the same block or under the same umbrella. And currently what they're looking for, listen, if you go to their website, you're going to see that they've got like hundreds of jobs available. There's like over 100 jobs. And right now, one of the hot jobs that I thought you guys would love was the appeals policy. Let's try that again. The Appeals Policy and Strategy Manager. Now, I want to just emphasize that this is a fully remote job, but it's also open to the Bay Area and California. I know California is one of those states where remote work is a little bit iffy, but they've actually opened up to all US, including California as well. So this is going to be related to the customer onboarding and appeals team. Okay. You're going to essentially be the person that reviews any appeals policies and standards. So let's say maybe someone had an account on Cash App. Perhaps it was a company or a business that had an account where they used Cash App, and maybe that account got restricted or it got suspended for whatever reasons. And you would be that person that would say, okay, let's look at why it got suspended, or why there's a hold being placed on that person's or that business account. So what does this job pay? It is a very high paying job. As you can see, if you're in zone A, which is going to be your Bay Area, it's 163 to 245. Zone C, even still, is heavy, high six figures, going into that $200,000 range. So I like this for people that have worked in compliance. I like it for people that have worked in any type of risk or appeals, any of that. And no, it doesn't just have to be fintech. Maybe you worked for an insurance company and you had to do appeals, or you had to submit decisions related to, disability claims or auto insurance claims. All of that falls under the same umbrella, guys. Like we've said this before. So this does not require a degree. It is a bonus if you have any of this BSA, AML sort of training. That's Bank Secrecy Act and anti-money laundering. So if you've ever worked in banking, you already have this training. If you've ever done anything dealing with money, it's a pretty good chance that you've already had that training as well. Another similar position that they have is the KYC, KYB, which is Know Your Customer and Know Your Bank, Policy and Strategy Manager. I want to emphasize that this isn't just like a management role. This is the people managing those policies and helping to shape and develop those policies. So I don't see where this is going to be placed kind of like into a manager role where you have direct reports. It's more like you managing the policies that they ultimately have put in place. So this is going to also pay well into six figures, okay? Block, they generally pay pretty darn well. So this is why I always like to encourage you all to apply for these roles, even if you don't meet all of the qualifications. One thing I wanted to point out down here is it says Block will consider applicants with arrest or conviction records for employment in accordance with state and local laws and the Fair Chance Ordinance. Because they're based out of California, California is very big into the whole equal opportunity and, considering qualified applicants with criminal histories for employment. So if you're someone that had a slip up in life, hey, it happens, and you're on the right track and you're wanting to apply for these types of jobs, when you look at companies that are based in California, like Block, like Cash App, the other companies that I mentioned earlier, these are companies that will absolutely consider you if you have a felony, okay? So another company that is always hiring is Mango Mints. Now, they are a salon and spa software company. So it's how you check out when you go to the spas. Many different salons and spas will have the little iPad. And if you ever pay attention, some of them will have Mango Mints as the software that they use to not only make like payments when you're done, when you're checking out, but to also like send customers like reminders of their spa appointments. Well, they are hiring for a customer support specialist. Okay. Now this is a role that is they're going to provide you with the equipment, and they also provide you with the training. So they're saying that you're going to primarily do this over chat is how you're going to conduct the majority of your responsibilities, but you may also have to do some troubleshooting via phone, okay? This is strictly a Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. job. There are no weekends involved. If you don't live in the central time zone, that's okay. You just need to be willing to work central hours, okay? So if you want to apply for this job, I would encourage you to do it ASAP. They have a pretty good compensation package. It's up to about $60K a year. You do get equity in the company, and you do also get bonuses in the company. So this can very well take you into the 70, maybe 80,000 a year range, depending on how much equity you ask for and how big of a bonus you're ultimately able to secure. And as always, I've done the resumes for you for every job that we talk about on the channel. I've done the resumes, but I forgot to do my shout outs. So super duper quick shout out to one of our little family members here. She said, I'm next. I have an interview with GoFundMe. I recently did a position with GoFundMe and told you guys about that a couple of weeks ago. And I just love it when you guys like instantly submit to those positions and you get the interview. So let's give her some good luck. Tell her that she's going to do great and that we're rooting for her. Like we're totally clapping for you and we can't wait to get an update. So congratulations to you on that interview. And then the wonderful Miss Charissa said, hey, Jazzy, just want to say thank you so much. I didn't apply for a position you provided here. However, I did use your resume template and interview prep system for multiple positions. I was called to interview and landed a position with a fintech company in their tech department, full-time hybrid schedule, $80,000 salary plus yearly bonuses and full benefits. I highly encourage job seekers to first pray and ask the creator to lead them, then invest in yourselves and this subscription. And thirdly, watch every video. Fourth, celebrate with others as they wait to give their own success story. And lastly, give thanks the entire way. Jazzy, thank you again for your labor of love and content. Many blessings to you. Charissa, that made my entire day. $80,000 plus bonuses and full benefits is huge. I love that. And I'm sure you're probably closer to 100K when you factor in your bonuses. And so let's just give Charissa a hand clap because as she said, the fourth thing you should do down here is celebrate with others as they wait to give their own success stories. So when you celebrate each other, you just attract so many blessings. You don't realize the power of clapping for other people. It makes you more attractive. It makes you it puts you next in line. This is why we say I'm next. And this is why we clap for others. So let's just congratulate Miss Charissa. We're really, really proud of you and excited for you. Give me an update and let me know how things are going. And then Miss Pixie said, Jazzy, I was the type that would talk myself out of applying and would say, no, why would they pick me? But why wouldn't they pick me after I hit them with the Jazzy Mac interview questions? I used your interview tips for American Express and baby, I am on to the next step. Thank you for blessing us with this guidance. We'll update on the in-person interview. Congratulations to you. I'm so excited to hear that you landed an interview with American Express. That is a big name company that is huge. And I am so freaking proud of you. So let's all clap for Miss Pixie. Congratulations to you. Let us know when you get the job because we're just speaking it into existence. Imagine if you had thousands of people clapping for you and speaking it into existence, just how many mountains you could move. So that's why we clap for other people. So congratulations to all of you. I'm really, really excited to hear these updates. All right. So our next company that is always hiring is going to be Vox Media, aka The Verge. Okay, you probably read The Verge, or at least know some techie people that like to read things like The Verge. They are always hiring because they're a media company, but this is a really cool role because it's for a reviewer for TVs and audio. So I don't know if any of you ever watch clips of Marcus Brownlee's his tech reviews that he does where he talks about the new iPhones or different gadgets and that sort. But it says in this role, you're going to bring your deep understanding of TV and audio products to The Verge. And if you've got an ear for audio, if you're someone that's oh, I only like certain types of headphones or AirPods, or the best speakers out there for your music equipment, you're someone that should be applying for this ASAP. Now, it says down here, if you think you have what it takes, but you don't meet every single point in our job posting, please apply anyway and let us know what you believe you can bring to Vox Media. And it says, this is important. It says, we've hired chefs who became editors, DJs who became UX designers, and sommeliers who became writers. They are encouraging you, people, normal, regular people, to apply because they're saying it doesn't really matter what you are today. It's about what you think that you can become. So they're saying flat, just point blank, you don't need to meet every single requirement in that job posting. So this is your nod from the universe to go ahead and apply, to go ahead and put yourself out there. Now, this role is going to pay $81,000 to $95,000 per year. There is some opportunity for you to get bonuses and additional healthcare benefits and things of that nature. So make sure you apply for this ASAP because yes, I've done the resume for you. Now, if $100,000 role is, if that's the type of money that you want to make, go ahead and like this video because I don't know what salary range you guys are looking for. I don't know if some of you are already at 100K or if you're just trying to get there. But if 100K and up is the range that you're looking for, go ahead and like this video, right? So that I can know what you guys are interested in seeing. Now, Amazon is also hiring, okay? Again, high paying roles is what we're showing right now. They're looking for someone to work as a risk manager on their perfect order experience team. Okay. This is the team. They're kind of like a quality assurance team because they're there to make sure that when somebody returns an item, it's for a good reason. They want to make sure that the sellers are not sending out bad products, right? So it says you're going to participate in risk assessments of new products and services, as well as some existing processes, right? So you might work with different teams to say, okay, we've got a new Amazon seller. They're sending out products. Half of their products are being sent back and reported as damaged. Let's take a look at that. Let's kind of dig in to see what people are saying about these products, right? And it says here that they want to strike the right balance to make sure that they're accurately identifying and mitigating risk. The reason why this becomes a risk is because obviously if a bunch of products are being sent back and they're open, then the seller will lose money in like repackaging, and Amazon loses money and, you know, having to take those things back and reprocess them. So that's when it becomes a bit of a risk when you see somebody with a high number of returns or like a high number of complaints related to projects, like products. But the other thing could be, we want to make sure that like people aren't like being a little fraudulent, like using the product and then shipping back like an empty container or something like that. So you're that person that works as a risk manager to make sure that the order experience is indeed a perfect order experience. This particular role, it doesn't require like a high school diploma it doesn't require a degree or anything like that. It does go up to the $142,000 per year range. That's just for your base salary. Amazon does also, they give you stock in the company. And for many positions, they will also give you a sign-on bonus. You guys know my story. Amazon gave me a very hefty 5-figure sign-on bonus. We've talked about that, in the past. But yeah, this is one of those companies that, it's good to have a big name tech company on your resume. It makes you a lot more valuable when you start interviewing at other companies. So very good long-term plan there if you're someone that's like, I want to work for different types of big tech firms, right? So if you're struggling, if you need help, remember, you can hop on over in the private community. Come talk to me in Discord. I've got career coaches there as well. We've got a lot of people supporting you that will root for you. Go ahead and make sure you sign up for the pro plan so you can get access to our private community so that you can talk more directly with us and with your peers so that you can be the next person saying, I'm next, right? Not just I'm next, but I got the job. We want to go from I'm next to I got the job. So make sure you're doing that because as I always say, if you stay ready, you never ever have to get ready. Oh,